man. I mean, all right, come. Come.
All right. Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Hakodash.
and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom. As well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all you walking out there, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. As well as all you believers out there who believe in the gospel. And this is a couple of brothers from the Great Millstone Houston Church. And as always, the Wadi Ba'ashem Yahushua for another opportunity to come down and chant down Babylon, man. You know, to come out and make a change in the earth. And you know, the saying, it's a saying, be the change that you want to see, or something like that. You know, be the change in the world that you want to see. In other words, if you want to change, then do it. Well, coming out and pushing this word, this is the greatest thing a man can do in order to change the course of the world. Can you get that second every 6 on? Can you get the change the course of the world? You know? And as you see from the apostles, the elders, you know, the argument across the four corners, even starting from the great men before them, what we have been saying actually been changing the world. Although people, you know, look at us as if we're insignificant. You know, if you pass right now, it's like, what them niggas doing? You know, what them Mexicans doing? You know, they got dresses on. They don't know what they expect. But, you know, they say, the scripture says, they see what they see not. Right? They see niggas, they see bums. But they don't understand it's an altar right here, man. It's an altar of the Lord. They don't understand it's the prophet. You know, Lord willing, but it's the place of the prophets. See, we know what's going on, and all we have to do is speak this word. It's changing up the world. Not everybody want to talk about the Bible. Not everybody want to talk about prophecies and pull precepts. Like Mike Adams and Steve Quayle, they trying to go into Revelation, the beast, and they gonna say, yeah, because the great city that's gonna be destroyed in an hour is New York. Like, no, it's all of America, man. You know, hey, but
go ahead.
Now you got it.
No, I meant to bring it up last night, but did you hear about Bill Gates saying that the Israelites are black? He came out and said that Bill Gates saying that the Hebrew Israelites are black. So yeah, the world getting into it now because of the prophets out here, you know. But yeah,
that's shaking up the earth, man. Literally, you know.
This is Second Ezra chapter 6.
It's breaking down strongholds. What you got to go like?
Second Ezra chapter 6 in the GNT, verse 11.
Can you read that heading too?
In the headline for this, it says, the signs of the end.
The signs of the end. And what's the context of this? Ezra's kept asking, Lord, when we go get out of captivity as Israelites? He said, well, Esau will be the end of the world. Now he about to give them signs of the end of Esau's world. You got it, bro.
Second Ezra 6 and 11 in the GNT. Lord and Master, I said, please hear my request. On that earlier night, you showed me some of the signs of the end. Now, please show me the rest.
That's Ezra speaking. You got it.
It says, stand up, he said, and you will hear a very loud voice. If the place where you are standing is violently shaken, while the voice is speaking, don't be afraid.
Right. So look, he said, look, when the voice starts speaking and giving you the signs of the end, and the ground starts shaking, don't be scared. You got it.
It says the message will be about the end of the world.
Because this message is for the end of the world. Just to show you the impact of this gospel, man. The impact of this truth. Now, this is the GNT right here. But what it was told to Jeremiah, I think it's like Jeremiah 1 and maybe like 8 or something like that. If a brother know, but the Lord said, once I put my word in your mouth, you're going to have the power to break down kingdoms. You know? Break down kingdoms, so on and so forth. Now, look, it's nowhere read that Jeremiah went to the wall of the Babylonians, you know, started shooting slingshots and trying to break it down. All he did was prophesy. That's it. The power of the word. Can you read that again? Now, everybody get it?
It says the message will be about the end of the world, and the foundations of the world will understand.
Can you read that again? Can you read it again?
Yeah, come. Second Ezra 6 in verse 13, stand up, he said, and you will hear a very loud voice. If the place where you are standing is violently shaken, while the voice is speaking, don't be afraid. The message will be about the end of the world, and the foundations of the world will understand.
The foundations of the world will understand. See, the world will change with this message. Just like the Lord said, his word go down like water. Whereas the word go out, the zeitgeist, the spirit of the world, the spirit of the age start changing, man. It goes along with the word. It even started shaking up. Just to show, yeah, this word shakes up things, man. Even when it said in Ezekiel 37, we came together, it gave the analogy of a shaking. Things happen, things change. You know, if I got that in Jeremiah, you got it.
Come, this is Jeremiah 1 and 9.
Can you start a verse?
Okay, come. Jeremiah 1 and 8. But be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, said Yahweh by Shemaiah. Then Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yahweh said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
Right, all from the word being put in Jeremiah's mouth. This is the ability that he had to break down kingdoms, to destroy strongholds, beliefs. And ultimately, how you breaking down the kingdom? Once you speak prophecy into existence, things got to come to pass. You know, like once upon a time, Yahweh told, you know, them, look, 70 AD go come, the Romans go come. You know, you got prophecy of Rome eventually falling and coming. Time goes on, kingdoms fall, man. Just like as we out here, we bringing the end of Esau's world into existence. And you know what? That's the first sign. We're going to keep reading this a little bit, but that's the first sign the Lord gave Ezra on to show you was going to be at the end of Esau's world. Truth was going to be laid out across the world. That's where we at right now. You know about to add something? Okay, come. You got it. So get it right now?
Second Ezra 6 and the end of 15 again in the GNT, it says the message will be about the end of the world, and the foundations of the world will understand that the voice is speaking about them.
Right.
They will tremble and quake because they will know that they will undergo a change when the end comes.
See? So as the end of the world comes, this word continue to go out, the world is about to make a change. The world about to make a change, man. And it's going to be a drastic change, too. It's going to go from people being comfortable every day to everybody just in seconds, minutes, living in an atmosphere like you've never been in. You never even seen this on a movie. Again, when the Lord, even Yahweh had the quote and say it's going to be a time like never before. If Yahweh had to pull a precept, that means you know it got some kind of impact to it. Right? It says, not since, in Mark 13, it says, not since the world began or until the end will no time ever be like this. And you know what? It's beautiful that the Lord got us here in America because we go witness. And that's another reason why we go laugh and smile. You know, these people walk around here all day playing, comfortable, right? Worry about party and, you know, the BS, distractions, Diddy. Oh, about the famine. You got a famine coming. That's been engineered. Think about how much Americans eat. Eating is like a staple here. You wake up, you what? Breakfast, you eat. And it's not just that you eat a healthy breakfast, because breakfast really you breaking your fast, right? You breaking your fast, you really should start with like a smoothie, fruit, but you got Americans say they'll start with like a donut. That's really a dessert. Donuts, bacon, so on and so forth. But then you have brunch, skip lunch, brunch. You got to eat before lunch, then lunch, then dinner, so on and so forth. Snacks. Then the snacks, powdered donuts, you know, shit like that. But not even that, considering big events, what's the main highlight of the event? Eating. A graduation. After, where we eating at? Even a funeral. Eating after. Everything you do is all what's going to happen to these people when the Lord strip all those things away? Complete chaos. Let's get back to that. I can think of the Lord about to take everything from these people. One, he going to take away answers. They ain't gonna know what's going on. Two, he gonna take away food and drink, so they're gonna physically be starved out and put all that with a lack of sleep. If you got a lack of sleep along with all that, come on, man. You got it, Doc.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 17, GNT. When he said this, I stood up and listened. I heard a voice that sounded like a roaring river. It said, the time is near when I will come to judge the people living on the earth. I will punish those who have hurt others with their injustice.
Right, and this going into Esau. The Lord calling on Esau. Go up in the chapter. Who kingdom is falling right here? The Edomites' kingdom. Esau, the one who have hurt unjustly. You got it, bro.
Says Jerusalem's humiliation will come to an end.
And that also proves we talking about the end of Esau rulership. What it said in Lamentations 4 and verse 20 and 21? That the so-called white man will be the last heathen ruler over the Israelites. That's Bible prophecy. And you know what? Can you get that out real quick? Lamentations 4 and 20. And see, precepts like that is what killed Christians' whole argument. For example, like a vocab Malone. They'll say, oh, the Edomites were destroyed. And you ask them when and how, they'll say, oh, well, sometimes, in the 4th century by the Nabateans. They'll just say so. They don't give no specifics, but according to Bible prophecy, this is going to be a big event. And not just that, the Lord was going to be the one to destroy them, not the Nabateans. There's nowhere written in prophecy that the Nabateans was going to do it. And moreover, if the Israelites still in captivity, how can Esau be destroyed when prophecies say he's going to be the last heathen ruler over the Israelites? You got it, all right?
This is Lamentations 4 and 20. The breath of our nostrils. Lamentations 4 and 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz.
The daughter of Edom is talking about the so-called white man, woman, and child. And it's calling out a specific group of Edomites, because you have Edomites all over the world. Russians, they Edomites. Europeans, they Edomites, right? So-called Canadians, they Edomites, right? For the most part. But the Lord calling out the Edomites in the land of Uz. Now, when you go into Uz, that was a chief city in the ancient land of Edom, just like Basra was. Now, according to Genesis 27, the so-called white man was given rulership over the whole world. So it ain't just one landmass he have now, right? So if he given rulership over the whole world, what would be that chief or capital city in it? America. America. This is what made the so-called white man money. This is what gave him the power over the earth. This would allow him to put fear into the other nations, dropping bombs on them. This is what technology increased that. So the Lord talking to the American Edomites right here. You got it, huh?
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Because you know what? When the American Edomite get judged, the American so-called white people get judged, this empire get judged, the whole beast gonna fall. The NATO gonna fall with it, and the EU, European Union. So everybody gonna fall when the Edomites of the land of Uz, all that great seed of America fall, man.
This is Lamentations 4 and 21. Rejoice, be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked.
Right, the Lord said the cup also will pass through unto you, meaning what? Judgment. That's that Deuteronomy 30 and 7. That all these curses go upon our enemies. But the main one is slavery, man. The wrath of the Lord, that's going to come upon you. Now, the Lord calling out Edom, but watch what he's about to say. And this is going to prove that Esau will be the last heathen ruler over the Israelites. Because once the Israelites get out of the Edomites' captivity, and the Israelites are who? Modern day so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Now, we got to say this ain't no black or Mexican movement. We've been scattered for hundreds to thousands of years, so we can't look like in a nation, but the majority of our people will look like so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? You get that last verse, huh?
God. This is Lamentations 4 and 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
He said, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, which that's the Israelites.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
He ain't gonna no more carry y'all away into captivity. Think about it. We've been in man since so we really now we gotta understand how Ezra felt. We feel like that too. When he said, "Oh, Adam, what has now done?" Right? Since Adam, we really kind of been falling. You know, we had great forefathers to kind of pick up the nation here and there, like our father Abraham. You know, but we've been in captivity since. Oh, also King Solomon, the Babylonian Empire, the Assyrian Empire for the Northern Kingdom, but the Babylonian Empire. The Medo-Persians, the Greeks, the Romans. Then over here, 1492 and 1619, still in captivity. All these years still in captivity, but the Lord said it's finally over with. But when is going to be over with? When the so-called white man ruling. Again, see, both Captain Christians can't get around prophecy. He have to still be here according to the Bible. It's written that Yahweh was going to come back to an Edomite rule kingdom. Isaiah 63, Isaiah 34. What you got it, bro?
This is Lamentations 4 and 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity. O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins.
See, so once the Lord take us out of our last captivity, and we go no longer go in another captivity, now it's time for Esau and these other nations to get their judgment. Because the other nations, you're not, getting away. It's just that we got to pinpoint the so-called white man. Because, for example, Psalms 83, he's the head heathen. And when you read the book of Obadiah, in Esau's judgment, verse 15 say all heathens go get judged with Esau. It's just we're in his last captivity. If the Moabites was ruling over us right now in Bible prophecy, and we'll be going to Moab right now. We will be going to Esau. We'll be talking to Moab. But in Moab's judgment, we'll be talking to everybody. So we have to pinpoint Esau to talk to him because he got the rulership over everybody, mainly us. But in his judgment, everybody gonna get touched. You got it, huh? This is Isaiah 51 and verse 22. Thus saith thy Lord Yahweh, and thy power that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. And just speaking on that cup, we so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we have the worst of the curses, man. No other nation has been through the things that we've been through. Verse 23, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee. Beginning with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They're going to be under the curses, as the brother mentioned on Deuteronomy 30 and 7. It says, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them that went over. So, at the end of the day, these curses are going to be upon Esau, Edom. They're going to have to go through the dregs how we went through, man. They're going to have it bad, they're going to have no mercy upon them. You got it? And the Lord wrote a beautiful story, because who would have ever considered this, that niggas, Mexicans, Hispanics, we're going to get our payback on all these nations. The whole time I was reading Bible prophecy. The whole time. But you got what you got,
huh? This is Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 31 in the GMT. It reads, misery will come to those who mistreated you and then rejoiced when you fell. Misery will come to those cities that made your children slaves. Misery will be the fate of Babylon, that city which swallowed up your children. And just a point to make, how it says Babylon spiritually, if we keep reading, that's directed to America. Verse 33, it says, just as that city rejoiced when you fell and took delight in your ruin, so now she will mourn when she herself is distressed. Verse 34, it says, I will turn her proud boastings into mourning and take away her large population in which she took pride. Verse 35, here's the point. It says, I, the eternal power, will send fire down on her, and it will burn for many days. Her ruins will be haunted by demons for a long time to come. So going into how the brother started off in Lamentations, that's soon going to be, all those pleasures are going to be taken away. Now these people are going to be found in a difficult situation. Basically, what they've reaped, that's what they got to sow now. So, like you mentioned first, going into us being in their hands, mistreated, slavery, that took place. So they have to pay for that. But the Lord also made a point, which is different from what happened in ancient Babylon. He said, I'm going to send fire upon this place, which is going to burn for many days. Like it talks about in Revelation, the 18th chapter. It's only going to be dwelling with demons, and unclean spirits, but that's the point. A recompense is coming to these heathen nations. There's no escape on that, man.
Get those prophecies, man. That's what proven. That's the anchor of what we saying. That's why the Lord got brothers, the apostles, elders, and brothers so confident. It's the prophets. It's not us. It's what the Lord said, because you can't get around that. You see? I think matter of fact, yeah, let's get that. You can get that.
This is Obadiah 1 and 15.
Now remember, this Esau judgment. But in his judgment, everybody gonna get called out.
For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathens. This is Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunken upon my holy mountain, so shall the heathens drink continually.
All the heathens, man. So in Esau, just like you read in Daniel, like Daniel 7, when the beast can destroy everybody, you know, not that don't mean all nations will get hit by fire. That's just talking about as far as this whole system, this whole makeup of a governing system. The NATO ain't gonna be no more NATO Article 5. You know, not everybody's. You know, Article 5, they say you come against one NATO member, then that's like you coming against all. After Yahweh Shai come back, you ain't gonna have no still NATO groups with their military say we gotta go get him, man. He broke Article 5. No, it's gonna be done with. Ain't gonna be no more European Union, Putin, which they not of the beast, but ain't gonna be no more Putin, Kim Jong-un. All that's gonna be over with, man. Just like it said in Daniel the 2nd chapter, when that stone come, it's gonna break the whole statue. Ain't no more heathen rulership. But what was gonna begin all this, the trickling effect of all this happening? Going back to 2nd Ezra the 6th chapter, this word coming out, that was the first sign of the end. That's the first sign of that. Let's finish that. I can do it.
2nd Ezra 6 and verse 19 in GMT, I will punish those who have hurt others with their injustice.
Now remember, this is going into Esau world being over with.
It says Jerusalem's humiliation will come to an end.
Will come to an end. And the brother just got when that was going to happen during Esau's rulership.
It says, in this age, which is about to pass away, will have the final seal put on it. Then will I give the following signs.
Then will I give the following signs. So what was going to be the signs of Esau world? The Lord about to get the first sign. What's the first sign of Esau world being over with?
It says the books will be open across the sky for all to see.
The books will be open. Can a brother get that in the GNT? I mean the KJV, because we're in the GNT. I should know. Because in the KJV it says that the book shall be open before the firmament. You right? Man, that's the internet. The whole world, the truth have filled the whole world, man, and it brought forth Esau, his empire, his age to an end. It all goes back to Bible prophecy.
2nd Ezra 6 in verse 20, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished.
See, so when Esau world become many tech or you forcing, when the writing begin to be put on the wall and it's clear it's over with, what's going to be the sign of the Lord give to show us that, man?
It says, then will I show these tokens.
And token is a sign.
It says, the book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together.
Come on, man. The book is going to be open before the firmament. The truth go. 2nd Ezra 6 and I think 28. We in that. Right?
Yeah.
Let's read that. Just to show we in that time. The books are open before the firmament. The truth out. Like Apostle Paul said, because you know he was in chains. I think he said this when he was in Thessalonica. I wrote the letter to the Thessalonians. But he was in chains. He was in jail. He said, yeah, because I preach the gospel of the Lord, I have been bound. He says, but the word of the Most High is not bound. For example, today they could delete our videos. You know, they could suppress brothers' views. You see, but you still can't stop the word from going out. It's already out. You know, they say the cat out the bag. Right, prophecy out the bag, the truth out the bag. You can't stop it no more. The apostles always gave the analogy of a buoy. You know, you got a buoy in the water, right? A ball or something. As much as you push it down, eventually it's gonna do what? I don't care how much. Eventually it's gonna pop up. And you know what's crazy? The further you push it down, the more force it's gonna come out the water with. That's what happened. Look how much time, money, the so-called white man, these heathens, put into keeping us down, keeping us dead as a nation. That's Psalms 83, Revelation 11. Oh, Judith the 5th chapter said the same thing. It says they know as long as we won with our power, they can do nothing against us. But once we back one with our power, we can overtake them. They understand that, man. So that's why Esau here set up school systems to teach us about some bullshit, some, you know, Christopher Columbus and, you know, George Washington had wooden teeth. Shit like that ain't gonna help us. Tell us we blacks, Native Americans, and then when we grow up, the only things we know, get a record deal and talk about killing your own people, talking about committing adultery, or going to the NFL, NBA. If not, you just sell drugs, do something, find something to do, or just be a bum. What you say? Get a little job. Right, yeah, and you know the little job. You know, I got a little job. You know, yeah, you know, I'm but the point for these things is that's all those, that's what the nations did to keep us down, put us in ghettos. Esau came up here, he put the heathens over us. But that's why it's fear coming on them that we rising up through the spirit. All this time and money and resources they put in, the Lord still rolls us up, man. You got it, bro.
This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14. This is Yahweh Shah speaking. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." And that's the days that we're in. Like the brother brought out, the word is going to go forth throughout the firmament, the internet, which is a witness unto all nations, so there's no excuse. There's no such thing as an excuse as somebody saying, "Oh, I didn't know." Some way, shape, or form, you're going to come across it. The Lord said it, so therefore it's going to happen. And that's just an indication of how close we are to the end. You know, the word has spread throughout the four corners of the earth.
But the Israelites scattered because the four corners of the earth.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 28.
So look, after this word went out, we still in the same chapter. In the Esau world, the Lord gave a lot of signs. I think even one of them was that 2nd Ezra 5. But the Lord gave a lot of signs, and when you read those signs, we see it and I think one of them was like, you're going to have premature children, and they still going to live a complete life. That's now. Back then, that wasn't able to happen. Now you put them on, give them, whatever Esau do.
Hook them up.
Yeah, hook them up, put them in a pod, incubator, and they live. That was signs of the end. See, people, it's small things that the Lord gave us to see, that small signs. But it's like you gotta have the spirit to see it. But you know that movie, They See, or They See or They Live. They live. Now you have regular billboards and stuff around people, like you'll have Nike. Everybody see Nike, but when you put on the glasses, it's like it'll say obey, right? Or if you look up there, it'll say like a dollar bill. And I'm just giving an example. It'll say cashew everything around me cream. But you put the glasses, it'll say like chip rule everything around y'all cream. Shit like that. But we see it though. We see it. Everybody else don't see it, but you have to have the Holy Spirit to see that. You got what you got.
2nd Ezra 6 and verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
That's what that buoy was kept down for so long without fruit. Like it said in the book of Hosea, we was without a king. We didn't know what our power was, our savior. We didn't know who we were as a people. We didn't know the law, statutes, commandments. We couldn't do no sacrificing. We didn't know nothing about no temple, the kingdom. All this time without fruit, like it said in Ephesians, the 2nd chapter.
No, I had Philippians.
So you can get it out. But now the Lord bringing us back to all that. The truth that have been so long without fruit, now have been declared. And all these things were set for the end. Set for the end. What if, and even people say that, like Christians, well, Jesus ain't talk about the so-called white man or the Edomites, or Apostle Paul ain't talk about the Edomites. Right, it wasn't time yet. A lot still had to happen. How would they talk about them and expose them when America wasn't even there yet? Right. America was the last step for the Lord to say, oh, this nigga, he guilty. Charge him. Because, he let him do what he did for a while, but this was when it became enough America. So it wasn't time back then to expose the so-called white man. He still had to come in the Renaissance, fulfill Revelation 20, going out to deceive the world. And really, that's another thing. If you have the eye salve, Yahweh Shai did talk about Esau. Apostle Paul did talk about Esau. Now, it was indirectly, but they did talk about it. But that's for us in these times to expose it, man.
Got it. Real quick, this is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 5. It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities." In context, it's talking about the fall of Babylon if you start at the top. But just on the point that you made, America had to come into effect, and this is where a lot of blood has been shed on the nation of Israel. This is the place where we didn't know who we were as a people. In the other captivities, we knew we were Israelites, but in this one, everything was taken away. So it says, Revelations 18 and 5 again, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities." Verse 6, "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double." So it's going to come all the way back around. Hey, like the brother said, all of that pressure being pushed up, now we finna see what the Lord was talking about. Their iniquities have been remembered and they reached the heavens. So that's why they're gonna get judged in that type of way. Like it mentions in Sirach, the 36th chapter, the Lord is gonna bring new signs on how he's gonna judge these heathen, man. That was the point.
Yeah, because you know why? And that's cool because I thought of that Daniel 9 as you said that as he go judge these heathens, he go judge them in a new manner that the world haven't seen before. But that's what he did to us. The world haven't seen what we went through as Israelites. Daniel 9, he says no other nation or the world haven't seen what he did to Jerusalem and Israel. So he judged us with some new, going on slave ships. That was some new stuff.
Buck breaking, like all of that shit, man. Like they poured the afflictions. They did more, they went above and beyond, man. You gotta pay for that shit.
Come on, man. So when our power, he begin to judge these heathens, it's gonna be new things he gonna do to even top what they done to us. You had something?
Now, the brother put the precept about how the iniquities of Esau have basically went to the heavens. So the Most High has Esau in his mind to destroy him for the things that he has done. And we said the Most High required that which is past, but the Heavenly Father set up prophets to expose this man for what he did. And the judgment that's coming, this is Job 20 and 27, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. So the heaven revealing his iniquity, that's the prophets, speaking by way of the internet, prophesying against this. All right, and even you have those of his own, who said that they shall make their tongue to fall upon themselves. Right? All these things are on the internet. That's why they say they wish that it was never created. All right, because ultimately it's going to be the downfall of this book. All right, this truth and this word spreading is the downfall of Esau.
That's why he's in fear, man. Think about Esau. All the way since the beginning. If anybody came up against him, he'll win that. Well, I would say when King David was whooping his ass back then. But if anybody mess with Esau, he wants you to get physical. Because remember, that's his blessing. Right? That was his blessing. He wants you to get physical with him. But now he kind of caught off guard. He didn't see this on film. Their wings just raising up. And this is the thing. These nations know we physically better than them, smarter than them, stronger than them, right? And they still want us to get physical because they know they have the blessing of the sword. The thing is, now that these strong people, these intelligent people rose up, they ain't getting physical. Why they ain't fighting? I know they they got that thug culture and shit, but why they just out there preaching the Bible bit? See that you don't know how to combat this. You can't mess with the spiritual temper. You know what? That's even spiritual in itself, Fox, because who's the one that always took part in destroying our temple? That's the question for y'all, brothers. I don't know. The first temple, who took part in destroying it?
Esau.
You said who that out?
It's Esau?
You sounded like it. You ain't sure. You sure?
Esau.
That's right. It was Esau and the Babylonians, right? Just say, you know it. Speaking with confidence, brother. Come on, you got it.
First Esdras 4:44, it said, to send away all the vessels that were taken away out of Jerusalem, which Cyrus set apart when he vowed to destroy Babylon and to send them again thither. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees.
When Judea was made desolate by the Babylonians, the Chaldees, guess who was that? Esau. And you even read in Obadiah around like verse 13, 14, maybe the Lord even charged them with that. He said when the Babylonians came in, my people was trying to run, the basketball shuffle. Esau, he was doing all that catching Jake Eddie over here. Yeah. So he cut off the baseline. But yeah, they was doing that. And not just that, as the brother read, they helped burn the temple. The second temple. When was that? 70 AD. Who did that?
Esau.
The Romans. The so-called white man. Not even at the third temple. The third temple. The third temple. See, can you get real quick out Ephesians 2 and 19? The third temple make up, first and foremost, Yahushua, but the apostles and the prophets. That's the third temple, the spiritual temple. Now, although you can't destroy it, although it can't be destroyed, Esau gonna still try to come up against the spiritual temple. That's why he really gonna have to make a move on the world, because he know we scattered to the four corners. And he can't just say that's the elect. Just like when Yahweh was born, Herod said go kill them all. I don't know which one him, just go kill them all. When Moses was born, they said go kill them all. They didn't know which one was Moses. Now they don't know who the elect are. And we look like our nation, so wrath got to come on the world. But can you read that real quick, guys, just to show what's the third temple?
This is Ephesians 2:19. Now therefore, ye are no more strangers and foreigners.
Now, this Apostle Paul going into us when we was in the world, you know, believing we was Gentiles, but he said, but once we came into the truth, now we understand Yahweh. We have Yahweh Shah, we have the Most High, we understand the covenants, the promises. That's what he's saying right here. Now we no longer foreigners. We get it. We know who we are now. You got it.
But fellow citizens with the saints and of the house of Yahweh power, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets.
See, and are built upon. See, even people got a problem when we do get credit to our apostles, prophets, the great men. But according to the Bible, the third temple, the spiritual temple, those men was going to be the foundation of it. Can you read that again? I'll come top.
Ephesians 2:19. Now therefore, ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of Yahweh power, and are built upon the foundations of the apostles and prophets. Yahweh Shai Hamashiach himself being the chief cornerstone.
So you got Yahweh Shai, the apostles and prophets. This who make up what the brother about to read. You got it.
Good. Verse 21. In whom all the building fitly framed together, grow it.
Like it says, in whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto what?
Unto the holy temple.
Unto the holy temple.
In Yahweh Bashem Shai. In whom ye also are built together for a habitation of Yahweh through the Spirit.
So, in other words, what makes up the temple? The foundation is the apostles and prophets. Yahweh Shai, the chief cornerstone. That's the house of the Lord. And I just wanted to get that to show that's the third temple. But who is going to come after the third temple? Can you get that? Revelation 12. Because when you go into Revelation 12, it's going into the Roman Empire. Right? Them coming, coming down with wrath. But even now, it's going to happen again. That same red dragon, the Edomite. You got it?
Revelation 12 and verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
Can you get verse 12 and 12, then jump to 17?
Revelation 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
For the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath. Now again, this Esau coming down on the world. Everybody. Because he know he got a short time to rule. Now we go jump down. Now as he make his move on the world, it's a specific group of people he want those. That's the temple. That's those who make up the temple. Remember, he feel if he could stop just one, he make an offset prophecy. He know he can't search out the heaven, search out the ocean, search out the earth. So he gonna try to see if he could just kill one. He can't say it's far-fetched. It happened with Yahweh Shai. Right. Herod was an Edomite. He didn't know which one. Just go kill them all around that age, man. Again, Moses the same thing. Planned Parenthood and even in it. So like in these times, a lot of stuff that's being done is done to all America or the world, or mainly blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Although it sounds like it's far-fetched, like man, ain't nobody worried about y'all niggas. But a lot of things are being done all to stop the prophets, man. It sounds crazy, but that's true. Esau know what's going on. It's two groups of people in the world that know what's going on: the elites and the elect. The elites of the heathens and the elect, they understand what's going on. They put different things in our nation. Really, it's for the prophet. Real quick example, and we're gonna read that. Daniel, remember in Babylon, it was a law made for the whole province. For who? Remember they said nobody can pray. Not one person for I think 30 days. Nobody couldn't pray. All that whole law was passed off of who? Daniel. So he couldn't pray to his God and we can get him killed because they was jealous of him. So they had a whole bunch of people in the nation follow a law all because of one prophet. You don't think that's happening now? Come on, man.
Yeah. Even when they had the C-19 juice, they was like they were trying to push it on the. They said the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Now, why did they say that?
This is Isaiah 13 and verse 2. It says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And this high mountain is America. You know, we lifting up the banner, which is the scriptures. But the point I want to make that these words have went into the gates of the nobles, man, as the brother was speaking. This truth is what got the elite scared, man. That's what they pushing on censorship on different platforms, you know. It's because of this word.
You got it. And it's and that's the thing, we already know what they talk about in their meetings, and we're gonna go back to that Revelation 2. But that's what putting fear into them. The Lord, bro, have brothers out here speaking things that's not on mainstream media, that is not on an article. We may be saying things that is only said at their round table in their meeting. And they may be watching the video because they gotta be watching it according to the precept, right? And Revelation, the second chapter, said they was watching it. I mean, not Revelation, it's like Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter. That goes into one of those meetings. They say, man, he called himself the son of God. He said we fake, you know, he called us the fake small hats, for an example. He calling us out. Well, let's see if his words be true. Let's go test it. See, they really want those who got this. You might have to get that, bro. This word is hurting Esau's feelings, man. Let's get that. So when he make his move on the world, he want a specific group and he want to come at the temple again. Because he always did it. The first one, the second one, and this one.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
The woman is Israel, the remnant is the elect.
It says, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
See, and who got the truth? That's the ones he really want, who follow the ways of the Lord and who got the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man. Because you know what? Esau a fugitive. He guilty right now, right? And usually with somebody, they go into court and you about to be convicted. Like the evidence stacked against you, we got a witness. Between that time of you being convicted and your trial, sometimes they got to put that witness in like witness protection or something like that. Or have protection around the wire. Because the nigga who guilty, he gonna try to kill him or rob him. You feel me? Rob him or kill him to, man, don't testify against me, man. Don't get up on that stage and testify. That's what Esau doing now. He was able to bribe some niggas so they can stop pushing the truth, right? Pay him off. But ultimately, he want to kill those who truly testifying against him, who bringing it out. Oh, everything this man done, going back into history, all the way from the serpent. That same spirit that's in the so-called white man today, that goes back into the serpent. That goes back to Cain, who killed this brother. And we get that example because when Esau came on the scene, what he did, he killed this brother. And then he was mad because Jacob had the birthright. He said, I'm going to kill Jacob. That same spirit in the descendants today, man. Remember, Ezekiel 35 said perpetual hatred. That's why we see an ongoing, just opposition and hatred between so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans against so-called white people. It's biblical prophecy, man. It's all in the Bible. That's why it is the way it is. Out of all nations, these are the main two characters in the world, in the movie. The Israelites and the Edomites, man. That's why it is like that. And so now that we finally bringing out the truth against him, it's the end of the movie. That's where the action is.
That's like even in the womb. With Jacob and Esau, it was always a conflict. They weren't fighting off of the skin color. It was a spiritual thing going on, just like it is today. It's all spiritual.
You ask a white person, why you hate niggas, man? They really don't know. It's in their spirit. It's in them. Now, if we was to ask the elites, they could give a more detailed answer. They could say, because y'all niggas got the birthright. Because that's why. Because it says when Esau knew that Jacob was about to get the birthright, he said, my father about to die, I'm going to kill this nigga. I'm going to kill him. Because if Esau would have killed him, he would have got his birthright back. And that's what he's trying to do with this NWO. This digital world, he's trying to create his own birthright. That's what he's really trying to do. Have dominion over the world, over the people, call the shots. As what we going to get just by the promises, he got to force that. He have to force that. But let's get that 2 Thessalonians out.
The 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letters as from us, as that the day of Yahweh Shai is at hand.
Subject matter is the day of Yahweh Shai. You got it.
Verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Apostle Paul said the day of Yahweh Shai cannot come except two things have to happen. He said that he had to have a falling away first, which we as Israelites, we did fall away from who we are as a people, even cast out of our land. Like it said within Jeremiah 17, you ain't got to get it, discontinue from our heritage, right? Especially after 70 AD, that's when it really began over here. But what's the other thing that had to happen? It says the man of sin had to be revealed, the son of perdition, man. You know? And again, this is also why Yahweh Shai his ministry wasn't focused on the so-called white man and calling Edom out. Apostle Paul, he wasn't focused on calling Edom out. It wasn't the time for that. Now is the time for it. You got it out.
Verse 4 says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Right, in complete opposition against the Most High. And what other nation is that? At least these other nations had a respect for our power, you know, even after he judged them or something. For example, Nebuchadnezzar, he was like, man, hey, y'all power, we all powerful, all praises to Yahweh, man, after the Lord judged them. You had Cyrus, you know, these other kings who had respect and allowed our people to do things in the name of our power. But Esau showed no reverence to the Heavenly Father. Everything is in complete opposition. Changed the Heavenly Father in Yahweh Shai image, blaspheming the angels, completely changed the doctrine, the gospel, changed his people, so on and so forth. And now you over the Lord people. And not just that, it says sitting in the temple of the Lord. Even spiritually looking at it, now the temple of the Lord was over there in Jerusalem, the land of Israel. Who over there right now? Esau sitting over there, the so-called white man. He over there. This is the son of perdition who had to be exposed before Yahweh Shai could come back. And you know why? It was going to be the nation who was going to be ruling before the Lord come back.
Got it? Verse 5, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 5, it says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. It says, verse 6.
So Apostle Paul, remember I told you this last time.
And now ye know what withholdeth that might be revealed, so like it that he might be revealed in his time. Read that again. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 6. And now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
See, so if you understand Apostle Paul, because it's kind of written in like, you know, Book of Eli and Braille, if you got out of spirit. He is talking about the Edomites right here. He's talking about the so-called white man right here as we read, the son of perdition. But he said, look, as I told y'all, it ain't time for him to get exposed yet. The time go come when the Heavenly Father will expose him. Apostle Paul got that. He even knew he had to fall away again. This because, you know, the church was waking up, a lot of, you know, churches under him and disciples, believers. He knew that wasn't the end. He knew that wasn't it. So this is the time the so-called white man had to be exposed, man. You got it.
I spoke about him in Romans 9 too. Esau, he said the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
And key words, and then. So when the Heavenly Father done with this man, as we got, when the word began to go out, and then shall that wicked be revealed.
Got it. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Right, so it's not a bad thing when, you know, when you hear brothers say the so-called, you know, we won't too much say it as much now, but you know, a couple of years ago, like those old Israelite videos, the so-called white man that the Bible speak of, you know, they say that like, well, the Bible say that, right? The physical counterpart of the devil is the so-called white man, so you the devil that the Bible speak of. Apostle Paul said it right here. You came in the energy. I think that's that word in the Jill. That's what it is. Kind of, everybody want to check. I think it is. Right? But
Power? It might be Dunamos.
what was the word for power? Power. what was you reading again?
Yeah, you was right.
Can you read it again? Now?
2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Right, it was working in Satan. Yeah, the word for working in the blue letter is G, 1753 energia, and it says working efficiency. In the New Testament, used only of superhuman power, whether of God or of the devil. So that's on point. Yeah, that's on point. And that goes into you. I'll read it again. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Just to, put a more of a description or attributes on the workings of that's going to be taking place in these days. Again, that word, some of the definitions says of superhuman power, whether of God or of the devil. So it's going to be on a different type of level, Going into the events that are taking place, the MOTB, that's going to be a miracle within itself, but it's a fucking lying wonder, man. But it says with the workings of that type of level, that type of power.
Now, so the demons working with through the Most High. Right? He gonna be actually doing shit. The Lord gonna let him do a little bit with that shit. He gonna seem like that they healing people, or he got the chip in his head. Now he can see again. Yeah. So you're gonna have people that Revelation in the 13th chapter speaks about those that are not written in the land of the light shall wander after the beast.
Right.
They don't want to get caught up in that.
Say even so much they can deceive the very elect. Right. But look at what the Lord did with the Egyptians. The magicians, right? They was able to throw their staff and it turned into a snake as well. They did that. The Lord allowed them to have an inkling of that. But let's get that. Because the word coming. Can you read it again?
Yeah, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
And who is him again? The so-called white man. It says, even him, Esau, whose coming is after the working of Satan. This just to prove this is the man who's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. The so-called devil, as the Bible speaks of. Can you get that word?
This is the word for coming. It's G3952, parousia, and under outline of biblical usage, it says arrival.
Mm-hmm.
We got presence.
So Satan's presence on earth came through Esau.
It says being near, often returns, especially of Yahweh Shai to punish Jerusalem.
Let's get wicked coming.
It says, or finally the wicked.
Or finally the wicked. That's the time we're in. And you know what the Lord is coming to punish Jerusalem for the second time. The last time, because it's Jacob's trouble. And the wicked at the same time.
And it says coming, presence.
So the presence of the so-called white man in the world is after what energy? The devil, man.
Right.
The devil. That's what the Bible says. So we ain't evil. We say the white man and woman and child is the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's what Apostle Paul. I thought Apostle Paul ain't talking about Esau though. See, he did if you understood the scriptures. He did talk about it. You got it, Doc.
2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
Oh, that's how people falling for those signs. Like brother said, to see him, that Squid Games 2 out. Came out. As soon as it come on, the main character who won the Squid Games 1, he took a seed about his head. A lot of people gonna fall for that. The Lord gonna bless this man to have certain power for the purpose of deceiving people, man. Deceiving people. It says in Job that because our people have forsaken, believe lying wonders, they have forsaken their own mercy. This is really your mercy right here, Israelites. Not saying us, but this word is, man. You got it.
Verse 11, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 11, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
Right.
That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So they got down, man. So you got 2/3 of our people are put in Apocrypha are born in vain, man. You know, it says, let the multitude perish that was born in vain. That's 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
And if I may add too, it worked. Like everything that the Lord said that these devils were going to do, it worked. Look at the majority of the nation of Israel. Like in the minds of our people, it's like they can't continue without Esau being involved in their life. When it comes to health issues, like when it comes to a child being born, you feel Esau has to be present. Esau has to be in my life. When it comes to sicknesses, Jake runs straight to fucking Esau as if this man has the true nature of healing. You know, so it worked. It worked.
Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
All right, so who is this Babylon right here talking about referring to? Right, the same man that the brothers been going into, right? For the night. Get Psalm 137. Psalm 137. Right, because Babylon is being ruled by Esau Edom. Right, this is a different Babylon, right, from the ancient times. That's why it said that the virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay, and the scriptures tell you who the ruler of it.
God. 137.
137.
This is Psalms chapter 137 and verse 7. It says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
That's what we was going into earlier about how the Edomites burned the temple down. Right? They were the main ones that were involved with it. Right? But it says, remember them. Right?
Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Right, so it says, oh, daughter of Babylon. Why is it mentioning Babylon after talking about Esau? Because, hey, this is where he's ruling. Right, this is that chief place. Like brother mentioned, Basra, the land of Buzz, right? All these different things, right? This is where Esau is at. Right? The Lord said, set thy face against Mount Seir. Alright? And Mount Seir ain't popping. Okay. The prophets ain't over there, you know, thinking of Esau. Right. He over here.
So like if I can add, Esau don't want to be associated with Mount Seir. He's trying to escape, you know, him being the Edomites. That's why he want to be everybody else upon earth. You know, he wants to be the holy people.
Right, that's why I said that he's a fugitive. And usually when fugitives are on the run, they're going to trying to change their identity, right? Changing how they look. Right? He go and change definitions, change the images in the books, right? So he won't be found in thought. All right, but now he's being exposed. So now he got to act. He got to do something. Okay? So that's why a lot of things are starting to speed up, because the both sides putting it in his man's mind to act. All right? Now you need to go ahead and follow up with your plans, the NWO plans. He said that because he know that he got but a short time. All right, because when the prophets are raised up, that's usually the end of a kingdom. And we're prophesying the end of this place, right? We share the words of the Heavenly Father, and these words are going to come to pass, because it's not our words. Right? If they were just man's words, hey, this it will fail. All right, but the Lord set us up to speak His words.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Go to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Right, the devil, right? We saw Edomites, right? And shall come down upon with great wrath, because he knoweth that he got a short time. Right? You got the chariot sightings, right? You got the prophets out here, all right, speaking. It's too much that's going on. Right? The Lord has things happening in the planet Earth, showing him that, hey, you ain't got that much time left. So now that's why he's trying to create an artificial blessing, an artificial birthright through technology. All right? Because he think he's gonna be able to basically go against prophecy and stop things from happening. That's just how proud this man is. Why he opposes the Most High. Right?
I got a quick one. Going into, they know that they got a short time because after their time is up, they know what's next. This is second Ezra 13 in verse 25 and 26 in the GMT. It says, "This is the meaning of the vision. The man you saw coming up out of the sea represents the one whom God Most High has kept ready for many ages. He will free the world he created and establish the new order for those who survive." And going into context throughout the scriptures, those that are going to survive whenever the Lord returns are the elect. All right? So they know the Lord is coming to gather the survivors to establish what? A new world order, the true new order, man. That's why they're going to come upon the remnant, like the brother was going into earlier, targeting those that fear the Lord, you know, for a specific reason, to try to, you know, avoid what the pending judgments are. But it's not possible. Their time can't be prolonged. It's going to take place. And they know that.
It's going to be a big fucking plot twist, right? Because people, they think the New World Order, you know, Esau going to set up what he got set up, right? And the evil and the wicked plans that he got, right? He's going to rule the earth and that. But it's going to be the Israelites that's going to be ruling, right? It's like World War III. They not expecting the Lord to show up and fight in World War III. They're not expecting it. All right? But the prophet is out here speaking these things, right, for the people to hear, right, but only the elect is going to receive and understand it. All right?
Yeah.
This is Psalms 10 and verse 2. "The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." So at the end of the day, these missiles, those ICBMs that you think, you know, that you created, you're going to shoot, they're going to be used against you, you know? Psalms 10 and verse 2 says, "The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined."
Right, because the Most High put it in his mind, namely the German scientists to create these things, right? But they created it, you know, with pride. Like, hey, we got this weapon of mass destruction, and we'll use it against any fucking body, right? But now this weapon is in multiple hands, and he didn't know and have it in mind that, damn, this is going to be the very thing that's going to destroy you. This is what the Most High is going to use against you. All right? People reading the Bible, talk about the lake of fire, this and that. It's talking about America, right? This place will be on fire. That's why America is, well, Babylon the Great, right? It says it's going to get the same type of judgment as Sodom and Gomorrah. It's likened it unto Sodom and Gomorrah. Revelation 11 chapter says it's a spiritual Sodom. Get that Revelation 11. 11 and 8.
This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. "And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified."
Right, so if their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. Right, the dead bodies is talking about the Israelites being dead, you know, spiritually being in a dead state from not having the truth, from not having the Holy Spirit, that breath of life. Okay, read again.
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. "And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified."
Right, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Now, Sodom, we know about what was going on in Sodom from reading in the scriptures, and we can see, you know, that this place has followed after that, right, heavily, right, took it to new heights, because this is the wicked. All right, he pushes it out, make laws on it, you know, motherfuckers got jobs, right, and he changed the bathrooms so where these motherfuckers can go in any fucking bathroom they want. This shit is crazy. All right, so it's laws to protect them. Okay, so we know how this is Sodom. Then it says spiritually Egypt as well, because back in Egypt you had, you know, the northern kingdom and southern kingdom, basically all tribes. to say that. Let's keep it simple. All tribes were in captivity right back then in Egypt. And this is Egypt again today because all tribes is back here as well. Right? So with that Jeremiah, what, 50? I think that's 50. About them and Judah, pressed together. Right? So the tribes linked back up over here in this land. Right? This is spiritual Egypt. All right? And it says where our Lord was crucified, meaning X'd out. All right? From the things that they push, right? They Christianity. All right? They set him up as being a so-called white man with some stringy hair, right? And the doctrine that comes with that ain't know what the Lord talking about. All right? Everything is against the Lord, right? Right in this whole system. All right? That's why it speaks about, Babylon the Great, roughly paraphrasing, speaking blasphemy. Just like he was speaking blasphemy against the Heavenly Father. And he's doing it each and every day. All right?
Isaiah 13 and 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right, so Babylon's going to get a destruction likened unto Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, when you go into the ancient Babylon, right, and how they fell, it wasn't like this, right? You can just look it up in history. How did ancient Babylon, how did it fall, right? It's going to go into the Medes and the Persians, how they were taking over. It wasn't like it in Sodom and Gomorrah, because how did Sodom and Gomorrah get destroyed? It said, hey, the Most High rained fire from heaven. So the Most High literally got involved. It was some spiritual intervention that took place. All right, so in like manner, fire is going to rain from heaven again, but by the way of those Muslims. Yes, sir?
Back up the brother. The ancient Babylon ain't fall by fire. This how it happened. This Daniel chapter 5 and verse 24. Then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this was the writing. And this was the writing that was written, many, many tekel, you farson. This is the interpretation. Many the Most High have numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel thou are weighed in the balances and are found wanting. It says, Perez, thy kingdom, talking about Babylon. It says, Perez, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. Then commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet and put a chain and gold on his neck, and a proclamation concerning him that he should be the third ruler. That's the point. And in that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans, slain, and Darius the Median took the kingdom, being about 62 years old. So, but just to show it, they haven't by fire. You still got people in Babylon today.
So you see, we just went into it. This is historical account that you can look up yourself. All right, on how that Babylon went down. So, what Babylon is this talking about? Read it again now.
Isaiah 13 and verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right, so this place is going to get the same type of destruction as Sodom and Gomorrah. Right, fire is going to be rained down from heaven, right, in the form of missiles now. Okay, the Most High is the one that helped them form this. All right, and nobody ever experienced this. Right, a nuclear missile dropping on you. Right, you had other type of bombs that this man created, but the nuke haven't been used yet, because when you use that, it's like shit. It's the fucking end. All right, because that's gonna destroy whole land masses. So it's like you use that, bro. You just be ready, because they gonna shoot it back too. You have Russia and these different countries, even America's allies is gonna turn and shoot missiles. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 20, Isaiah 13 and 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
Right, so this land is not going to be inhabited again. It's showing you again that it's not talking about Babylon, ancient Babylon. All right, nobody's going to dwell over here again. Okay, it's going to be a monument, right, for what will happen to you, right? Or like an example. Esau can get an example showed out of him, right, for being the wicked. It's going to be an example of what not to do and how not to reign. Okay, but
And to show you that this fire that the Lord about to bring it is not. See, people think about the average fire. It's a different fire, man. The fire that hit Sodom and Gomorrah, again, it wasn't in the form of a missile, but just those elements that's in missiles today. That's what the Lord rained down. Just today, when they advanced society, now they put some metal around it. Fire and brimstone. And now, have brothers ever seen the documentary of Ron? His name is Ron, R-O-N, Wyatt, Y-W-A-T-T. He kind of do like biblical with his excavation. Yup, he went to Sodom and Gomorrah and he tested the sulfur. And the sulfur, he said he never seen no sulfur like that in the world. It's 99.99% pure. Ain't nothing like it. Pure sulfur. But the point is, you went up to it and still had the shapes of buildings, but as soon as he touched it, it just, that's it. You can't stand nothing like that. Everything is just dust, crisp. That the Lord laid that, left that as a, like the brother said, an example. How much more America? Right. Get that. You got that right here. All right, hold on.
Oh yeah, you just finished that up.
Isaiah 13:21. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
Right. So certain creatures that are able to live in these certain conditions are going to be dwelling over here. All right. So there ain't going to be no people. It's not going to be no inhabitants. You're not going to have that one Edomite left, come up and he start building again. All right. No, it's not going to happen. Because they all will be taken into captivity, as prophecy says. Right. And it said the time is near to come. And we are closer than ever. All right.
And that's for sure too. If you have a bunker in America, that's not going to save you either. Because what that's cold. What the brother just said. When the smoke clear, nobody gonna come out their bunker in the dust and see all the creep. Nobody gonna survive that. If you're in the soils of America, man, the Lord gonna pierce through them that shit, man.
You speaking about the bunker? I remember y'all went to Thursday Live. How they was getting the food up the shelves and taking them on the ground and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's all the recalls. All the recalls, brothers been saying. Think about all these recalls, right? It's kind of like all the recalls. They're doing it for a reason. They taking all that food, saying it's recall, and stocking up the bunkers for the government.
The stores can't even do nothing about it.
We call them the people over there in the UK that rule the earth, they'll still be here, right?
Yeah, they still gonna be around because you're gonna have to come down from the chairs and grab them up.
You saying like, will they be in America?
No, not the elect, the elite.
Yeah, like the heathen, like Esau elites. Will they be in America?
No, will they still be after?
Oh, okay,
They will have to, according to prophecy, because we're gonna have to come down from the chairs. Yahweh Shah will send 144,000 elect to bind their kings with chains, and their nobles, the elites, with fetters of iron, and bring them to Yahweh Shah.
Because we gotta have slaves in our kingdom, right? If we destroy them all, who's gonna work for us? Right? Esau is the main one.
This is Psalms 149 and verse 8. Verse 7. It says, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
Blow up point.
Psalms 149 and verse 6. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people.
Right. So this is what's going to happen unto the heathen. Right. The main focus is Esau Edom. He said a two-edged sword to execute justice. Okay. This is what's coming unto. All right. Rightfully so.
It says,
complaining about it.
Psalms 149 verse 8. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
Right, their kings and their nobles. Like you just mentioned, their elites. This is destined for them. This is what they got to worry about. All right, and who the Lord gonna get to do it?
It says to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor hath all his saints. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh.
This honor have all his saints. So the ones that make it, right, the elect, but you're gonna have that 144,000 government body that's gonna survive this, and they're gonna come down off those chariots and enslave them. Okay, because they're going to, a lot of them are going to escape the nuclear judgment from the bunkers and the things they got, right? But they're not going to escape this though. I mean, you want to ask something?
I got a quick one for you. Because remember, America go get destroyed, Israel go get destroyed, and other places, but all over the whole world can get destroyed. You still gonna have some people in their bunkers, maybe in Europe, right? Yeah. You know, but we gonna go grab them. I'll read this real quick, because the brother said, bind their kings with chains. This second Ezra 13. Now Ezra's got a vision of the Lord coming back. Of the Lord coming back, and he's seen that the Lord won World War III, and after he won World War III, he came down from the chariot. Right? That's what I'm about to read. It says, and it's the line back off him. The second Ezra 13 and verse 12. It says, afterwards saw I the man, Yahushua, come down from the mountain, the chariot. It says, and call unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, because you're going to have the elect, across the world who may come, even, they was beamed up, but you're going to have some, the rebels, they're going to be kind of repenting that day of Israel, because all Israel, 2/3 in America. You still got Israel, Central, South America, across the world. They go get it then, repent, and fear. It says some were sorry, and some of them were bound. Just to go into there, but we eventually come down, go into them bunkers, knock on their seat, however it be, grab them up. Well, we gonna bring them. We gonna bring them to Yahushua. And this when when he said, "Those of my enemies who don't want me to reign before them, bring him hither, and slay him before me." Some of them might die out. Some this gonna be their first day of employment, But I'm gonna read it again. Second Ezra 13 and 12. Afterward, I saw the man come down from the mountain, and call unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, and some of them were bound, and others, some brought of them that were offered. And then was I sick through great fear, and I awakened. So, you got it out.
Yeah, get verse 2.
Amos 9 and 2, though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them.
Right, though they dig into hell, going into it, this hell represents the grave or the ground in this sense, right? So they're gonna have mountain retreats. The bunkers, right? That they're gonna try to hide in. But he said, though they do that, he said, my hand shall take them, and you're gonna do this through his men. All right. Go ahead.
Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down.
Right, mountain retreats, fucking space station. However this man tried to escape, the Lord got a plan for that, right? So this is the judgment for Esau. All right, all his plans, anything he got, he's not going to escape this judgment. I mean, you have one too, right? Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 21 and 22. It says, I'll start at 20. Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it.
Right, going to the destruction of the nuclear missiles. He said the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, so it's going to shake. Right? A very violent shake that's going to be caused by the missiles. Right?
And it shall fall and not rise again. And that's not talking about the earth is going to be completely destroyed. It tells you in Ecclesiastes 1 and 4 that it's going to abide forever. But verse 20 now, it's verse 21. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. So going into your elites. Verse 22. Into the elites, brother.
Ain't this okay?
Yeah. Isaiah 24 and 22. It says, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison in many days and after many days shall they be visited. So going into the high ones, the elites, the Lord has it already planned out. They are the ones who are going to be snatched out and start slavery. Take place in captivity first.
Yep. And then after that, they will be on to the prophecy in Obadiah. All right?
And how it said they try to hide in the pit, them bunkers. There's there's nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, man.
Is that when they say that's the rocks fall over me behind me?
Get that, go back to that, Sodom and Gomorrah. That,
Con. This is 2 Peter. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, in turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly.
So they were, Sodom and Gomorrah, the destruction that happened, they were looked at as to be an example. So we're like, hey, look, if you follow after this, this is the judgment that's going to happen unto you, right? But America, right, Babylon the Great, right, Esau, he didn't take heed unto that, because he don't fear the Most High. What's that song? What? 50? Y'all cast that word, or 16?
Psalms 50 and verse 16, but unto the wicked the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee?
Right. Esau don't give a damn about what the scriptures got to say. All right. You got the so it's called, you got the small hats over there, right? They not following these scriptures. What says those that what's it? I think it's Isaiah 26:10. You got that? Okay. Go ahead.
Isaiah 26 and verse 10, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness.
Like the whole world is given. It's an Esau Edom pan on the both sides, right? And they in control of the Holy Land. Okay? Even if they don't got the whole land according to prophecy, all right? But they the one that's over there. Right?
And they got the scriptures, man. They have the law, statutes, commandments, but they not following, man. They can't learn righteousness. Continuing on, it says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh.
Right, the land of uprightness. All right? They ain't the land of Israel. But it's a lot of fucking wickedness going on. Pink City, right? Even when them motherfuckers be coming over here, I forgot where it was when they said that they found them children that they had.
New York.
Yeah.
So
New York.
It was some recently too, though. Right?
Guatemala, they raided a small hat synagogue or something that they had where they was a sex scandal involving minors.
Yeah, that's it.
So they raided. That was in Guatemala.
Yeah. So yeah, but these supposed to be the people, though. All right. That's why, hey, this man gotta go. All right, Esau was created to be the wicked, and he said that his soul within him was not upright. And this is the man that's in power right now.
But you know what's funny about that? Because a lot of them people coming across the border coming from Guatemala. You know, they coming from El Salvador, Guatemala, all them South Central American countries. But I heard Esau was going to set up shop in mainly South America. And that's just hearsay, but when that story popped up, I thought about it. I said, them motherfuckers, yeah, they sending the Northern Kingdom up here. They know this is, like you said, the elite know the judgment coming up here. They gonna be down in South and Central America. But wherever they at, we gonna go find them, That's where Hitler went. Hitler went down to Argentina. And shit.
Yeah, Esau will be tracked down, and it's gonna be easy. We ain't gonna need no CF to do it either. Right. What we have?
I had be an example. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, woe be unto thee ashore. Now it says ashore. But we know nations could take characteristics of other kingdoms, right? And be likened unto it, like America is spiritually what? Sodom and Egypt. It's also spiritually in Syria.
so on and so forth, because the same things go on. But what the brother been going into, what's one of the main offenses other than the Israelites being oppressed? Sodom, the same acts as Sodom and Gomorrah. It says, you got it out. 2 Ezra 2 and verse 8. Woe be unto thee ashore, thou that hidest the unrighteous in thee. O thou wicked people, remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah, whose land lieth in clouds of pits and heaps of ashes. Even so also will I do unto them that hear me not, saith the Almighty Yahweh.
Right. So you better remember what happened to the last motherfuckers. The last security guard. Yeah. You better remember. All right. You can read about it, to look it up in history. Right. Like you say, Esau is proud. He thinks the Most High didn't harden his heart like he did with Pharaoh. Because this is the new Pharaoh. All right. So where he actually thinks he got a winning chance against the Most High. Right. Of changing prophecy. Right. Or stopping himself from being destroyed and going into captivity. All right. But just like Pharaoh's heart was hardened, right? Pharaoh ultimately got destroyed at the end. Right. And this is what's gonna happen to Esau.
Right.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49, and I'm going to read verse 10, and I'm going to jump. Jeremiah 49 and 10. It reads, But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. And just going into it, everything that these devils have been doing now is being exposed. So now whenever it's revealed, now therefore the judgments are going to come. Jumping down to verse 13, it says,
49.
yeah. Okay, Con. Jeremiah 49 12, it says, For thus saith the Lord, Behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
Right, talking about the Israelites, the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. All right? Because the only people was intended for us to rule the earth forever in righteousness. But, the Lord had his plans on how he wanted things to play out. All right? So we had to go through the things that we went through. All right? For prophecy's sake. All right?
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
Right, so the Israelites was punished, this severely, right, by way of the curses. All right, what makes you think that, you say he was going to escape? Right? All right, they're not going to escape. If he can do this to his chosen people, what do you think going to happen to you? All right?
It says, Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
All right, so you're not going to go unpunished. You're going to drink of the cup, right? Slavery, affliction, the curses. All right, you are going to, before you get out of here, man, you're going to suffer. All right? And it's going to be terrible. Even when you go to the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, right? He was fucking complaining about the hell that he was facing. It's going to be tough on you, dog. Yep.
Verse 13, it says, For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. And going into the point, like the brother mentioned earlier, Basra, that was a chief place of Esau Edom. That was a chief place of Edom. So in today's time, that's likened unto America. So jumping to verse 16, it says, Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdeth the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord.
I know Obadiah said the same thing about Esau. All right. So that's talking about him. All right. It's like the brothers going into the main characters in this story is Jacob and Esau. All right. They the one they were promised those two blessings. All right. Then Jacob was going to get his afterwards. Esau was going to be first. Right now we're in Esau. Esau is ruling in his kingdom. He's at the end of it. I don't know if brother got secular shit or not.
No, we didn't get it. What up?
Get that real quick.
2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
Right, Esau is the end of the world, right? His age, right? This is his rulership. All right. So at the end of him is going to be the beginning, of the Israelites. Right, starting with Yahushua, King David, 144,000, the rest of the Israelites. All right. So his end is our beginning. So seeing Esau fall, seeing this man, be afraid, right? All the particular things, the prophecies coming to pass, that should make us excited. Because we know what comes after them.
Right.
Right. People think, the world gonna fucking end here by World War III, motherfuckers be hugging each other, right? Crying, right? But we gonna be happy that this motherfucker is getting destroyed.
And like it says in the book of Sirach, 25 and 7, I believe, it'll be a good thing to see the downfall of your enemy. That's something that'll bring you joy, man.
Right. Esau 401k getting empty and shit, stock market crashing, all this shit. Yeah, man, all that shit fucking happened. Right, we ain't starting none of this.
Yeah, I had a little more in Jeremiah 49. Jeremiah 49 and 17 and 18. It says, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be, everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord. No man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Just hitting the point. That has to take place for this man to fucking fall. All right, this whole kingdom that we can see that we built up, for this man's pleasure, this shit is gonna be thrown down and never built up again. So that has to take place, like the brother brought out, 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Whenever the Lord comes through with the examples like he gave with Sodom and Gomorrah, whenever that takes place, it's over with for Esau, man. And that's the beginning of us. That's the beginning of our life,
Isaiah 47, verse 2, take the millstone. Isaiah 47 and 1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
So we know who this Babylon right here is talking about. Right? It says, come down, sit in the dust. Which does represent confusion, but he's going to be brought to a low fucking level. Right? He's going to be put in his rightful place. Right? And he's dust. He's going to be lower than everybody in the kingdom. Right? Keep going.
Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter.
Right? Sit on the ground, there is no throne. You're going to be taken out of your seat of power. Because Yahushua is a rightful ruler. Right? We said that he's gonna come and he's gonna have many crowns upon his head. Right? So anybody who thinks they're in authority, that's gonna be taken away from him. And all this has been given unto the Son of the Heavenly Father. All right. Go ahead.
It says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt be no more called tender and delicate.
Right, tender and delicate. So-called great place, because also it's a virgin, because no other nation that came over here, and brought war to this place like America did. So he ain't really just been touched yet. All right? But the Lord is going to pop all these things off. To where he's going to have this animosity built up so much to where, like we spoke on earlier, that these different nations are going to shoot missiles from this place. The beast shall hate the Lord. These things are going to happen. Right? Even if they don't want to, because they know when you shoot the missiles off, like I said, it's going to be a catastrophic event. But the Lord is going to make them do this. He's going to put it in their mind to do this.
Isaiah 47 and 2, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
Right, so this man, like we went to in Second Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, right? He's being exposed, right, on a high level. All right? All of his plans and the things that he looked forward to doing, right, is out there. Because at first they can hide behind the secrecy, right? Nobody really knew nothing, right? But the Most High put the Spirit in his prophets, right, to prophesy these things because they've written about it.
Right.
All right? We know what he tried to accomplish and what he wanted to accomplish. All right? Revelation the 13th chapter speaks about, you know, this Egypt that he wants to implement, that he wants everybody to get, because he wants the whole world in his control to be servants unto him. Right? Because once you get that, bro, ain't no telling what you'll be able to do with that, right? To your spirit, right? Because that shit, the way he studied all that shit, we can connect to your fucking nerves and fucking neurons and bro. That shit gonna be scary. All right. But we know that's the end game, because that's what he wants to accomplish, right? But pursuing what Job, what is this, 21? 20 or 21? Yeah, the fullness of his sufficiency shall be in straits.
Shit, like they trying to come into the footers of their sufficiency right now. They're looking at 2025. That's gonna be the start of what they think they new world order. See if and everybody going digital. That's the plan for the WF, which they one of the ones who kind of order the way of the way the world goes. In other words, but they ready for that. They said 2025 will be the year we going digital, and we ain't waiting on nobody.
That's why Elon Musk is popping up, with Trump. And it's looking like that he fucking running everything and taking care of all the affairs. Right? He got his own position that was just created out of thin air. Right? He got a high position.
That's what I meant last night. People should be worried because with all of these billionaires coming in, you got these new positions being appointed, which adds to the bureaucracy that's already in place. So you're going to see draconian legislation. So when you create these agencies or these other offices, then they need something to do. So, it's just like, I guess kind of you get a new manager come in at your job and he go extra hard because he want to show that he can get the job. He got to show off for the boss. So that's how when you create these new agencies, which really ain't necessary, but they got to prove that they have some type of worth, so they go extra hard. And so you got the Doge. I think the Doge you had brought up, that Doge is going to be a bitch. What's the acronym on that?
Department of Government
Efficiency. Yeah, that's Elon, right? Yeah, that Doge, right. Efficiency in what? Efficiency in all of the what we talked about last night, the ESG. That's your efficiency, your carbon footprint. So they say government efficiency, and Esau speak with double speak, and you think, oh, well, that's good. We need to get rid of the extra spending and all. You think they talking about the pork, what they call the pork spending, the extra spending. They ain't talking about that. They talking about efficiency and governing these mark names. But yeah, brother.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb.
Right, let's talk about this beast, right? Esau's power struggle, NATO and the EU, right? This is Rome coming back. What it said.
Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb.
Right, represents the Democrats, right? The Republicans, all right? So they had two horns like a lamb. So this is how they're going to present themselves as a lamb, because a lamb, it's not looked at something that's harmful, right? You will walk up to a lamb, pet a lamb, all right? They docile, right? All particular things, right? But this is how they make themselves to appear, right? Through speech, making it seem like they for the people, all right? But it's all deception.
And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
So this is what he really is, a dragon. All right, and that's going to them draconian laws that he's going to be pushing for.
Perfect example. Tom Homan, the border czar. Now they already had ICE and border agents, but when you create a border czar, and he already said he's super zealous, so he gonna go extra hard, and that goes your draconian legislation. He already talking about uh, rounding everybody up and having mass deportations, all that, and Trump talking about uh, giving the death penalty for people. What was it? I think so. Yeah, with the sex trafficking, which I'm cool with. That's good. But yeah, you gonna see you gonna see draconian legislation. You know.
I was about to say, and people don't put two and two together, like how they do stuff over time. Remember, a couple months before Trump even won the election, you had the DOD, the Department of Defense.
Right.
They passed legislation to say, and it's on the book, so it was done already, right? To say if any riots, chaos, and if anything happens in American cities and the public police and local police, if they can't handle it, they go send in troops, and the troops is gonna be sent there in bold letters for the purpose of to use deadly force. Deadly force that was signed. Then Trump came a couple of weeks later, and one that said mass deportation, and I'm gonna call on the DOD to send the troops. Why? Because they already passed it to say y'all can use deadly force. So it's already written. And the thing is, the immigrants everywhere. It ain't just in a specific neighborhood, just in New York, just in California. They everywhere. So how you gonna do it? You gotta send them through all America, deadly force.
And I add to that, some years back, it was a big story about the IRS purchasing all of this ammunition. So that's what they're gonna be using. They already got the ammo purchased. The law is in place. Everything, just like the brother said, they do it over time so you don't catch on. Yeah, you forget about shit and all of that. But this is our profession. This is what we do. So we don't forget. You know. Yeah, that was it. That was it.
And it's all being done under this gospel. Let's make America great again. We gotta fix the economy. Right? Once you want the economy to be better, if you want y'all lives to be better, this is what has to happen. Right? Ultimately, they're gonna get fucked in the end. Right? With draconian measures. Because Esau, he wants more power. Alright? What Revelation 18 speaks about the souls of men. Alright? He wants to make people complete slaves unto him. Go into that carpet. Right? He wants to control life. Alright? But you can go back to what you had on
But y'all wrap it up with that.
Okay, come. Yeah, leaning on that.
Sirach, or the book of Ecclesiasticus in Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. As the brothers going into, the Democrats and Republic, they come as a lamb, docile, but at the end, they're going to speak as a dragon, man, with those draconian measures. So you can't trust your enemy, man. You can't trust what any what Esau pushes through his government that he's saying, Because, hey, as it says, so like it's iron rusted, iron always going to rust over time. You leave it out, it's going to rust. So it's his wickedness. His wickedness is going to show over time,
So with that, hey, we hope y'all were edified. We give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Right, double honor to the apostle, Elder Great Millstone, Priest, Tracy, Akiam, to the Aqua children out there and the believers, right, that's doing all that they can, right, to be saved in these latter days. Shalom.
Shalom.